Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH2000 here, working on the bandsaw. One thing I've learned about bandsaws is it's a whole lot easier to work on them, especially when it comes to the guides. If you have one of these little tools, basically a ratcheting hex, okay? If you look, there's a hole through it. It holds this. And if you buy the Craftsman edition, you also can put hex stuff in here where it's locked. But I like this. You also got a little adjuster for it. Let's see, we're gonna righty-tighty. As you can see, I've already replaced the bearings that go in the back, okay, or support it. I got a bunch of extra of those. These are literally just skateboard bearings, guys. I went with the slightly fancier. I think these are titanium races and ceramic insides, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, if you jiggle them just right, you see they go right on the... Seems to be just enough gap, okay? Then they each come with a bolt and a washer, okay? We'll snug them up in a minute. Okay, gotta get two on this side at least. This one knows. Now I only do them about a quarter turn. Okay. Make sure you got nothing rubbing. Quarter turn. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to pause it and I'm going to point it down inside so you can see what I'm doing inside. Okay, guys. Now, you can see I can reach in from down here, but there's not a lot of space. So you truly need a bent one of these. You can't do it with a straight one. Okay, bring this up inside. Once again, it looks a lot like the top one. There's just two races that these things sit on, or two cylinders in there that they sit on. Okay. Once again, a bolt and a nut. I usually feed these in from the bottom. I find do the one that's furthest away from you first. It's a little more complicated to get at from this outside edge. Okay. Okay. Now, this I go at from this angle. Okay. Assuming I can get it to work. That's the one thing I wish I had more of. I wish there's very few of these type of things. And what I really need to do is I need to find, oh, duh. Would help if I'm using the right size. Okay. One of these days I'm going to get a set to go. I'm going to get the set that I can ratchet. Okay. you know, with a hex end on one end and then the varying hex sizes on the other end. Interestingly enough, the ones down here, you got to tighten you can't tighten this cleanly with your fingers, so it takes a little bit more than a quarter turn. Okay, now let me, once again, checking them all. These, now let me just show you, so I've already put it in, but as you can see, you can guide it with your hands and you can tighten and untighten this one right here. But without this little tool, you have to take the whole tabletop apart so you can get at it with a normal screwdriver. Anyway, let's pause for a second. Welcome back, guys. Now, I've got the blade kind of in the right place. Now we're going to tighten it up. Now, I warn you guys, never tighten one of these blades or put these blades on without facial protection and maybe even chest protection, or learn where to stand. For example, I put this all in place. Okay, got it all lined up, both upstairs, downstairs, got it looped over the top. Okay, but there's a lever to tighten it. Now, what I usually do is I stand out of the way and I tighten the lever. Okay, now once it's tightened, you can hear it's kind of sprung. What I do is I come over here and give it a little rotate. Let's take the bulb off, put the light back here. Okay, now I've done some adjustment, so let me show you guys. You see where the blade is? You want it to be towards the back. You want it to be touching the two bearings. Okay, you can see them right there, touching the bearings. Okay, if it doesn't, you make some adjustments here and here. Once again, standing out of the way while you do it. But in the meantime, you come around the front and you spin it, and you can see it activates. Now, another thing you do when you got it all open like this and you're changing a blade, first order of business, get all the dust out of it. One secret I've learned is take a canister of Blast or get your air compressor with one of these on it. Okay, and what I do is I leave everything closed. In fact, I'm going to close it right now. Okay, closed, closed. The only thing I take out is this. Okay, I pull that out. While the dust collector is still on, I go in there and blow the daylights out of it. Okay, with the dust collector on, so that the dust collector takes most of it out, because there's no sense loosening it and putting it all up in the air if nothing's taking it out of the thing. Okay, now let's see how we did. Okay, put the guide in place. Okay, guide is in place. Then there's this little safety knob that goes here. Some people think they don't understand what that's for. I have actually had a bandsaw blade break and start to crawl out the slot. Okay, that makes sure it doesn't crawl out the slot. Okay, there's a lot of physics behind it and a lot of what direction the blade's going to go running and jumping when it breaks that I won't bore you with. Okay, put that bad boy light back where it belongs. And okay, here comes the moment of truth. I'll let you guys watch. Okay, let's see if we did it right. You hear the change in sound? Do you hear the change in sound? The bearings have activated and the bearings are clean and they're doing what they're supposed to do. Okay? Initially, they have to seat in and do stuff, and every once in a while things will sound a little funky at first, but you heard that change in sound. That's what you're listening for. Hey guys, let me set this down on the ground, turn it off. You watch me change some bearings and you can hear how long it takes this bad boy to slow down, okay? It's well balanced, but it's still a beast. Anyway, hope you guys like that. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video. Maybe I'll just say changing the bearings on a Grizzly industrial 14-inch bandsaw. And anyway, take care guys. Just one more fun thing in the shop.